Hello guys, we are back again. So on my last video I shown how I cut this beautiful dress. Okay, so on today's video I'll be showing you how I join all together. Okay, so this is my fabric. I've already cut it out and I've transferred my dart into my fabric. So the next thing I'll do now is to go over to my sewing machine and hold the dart for the sides and for the waistline. So I'll just go over to my sewing machine now and hold the dart like I'm going to hold the dart like this, stitch it down to meet the bust point. So I'll do the same thing to the other side and the back dart. So I've stitched it down and iron it out. This is what it looked like at the front and this is the back. So I went ahead to join the two shoulders together. Now the next thing I'll do now is to go over to my sewing machine and use my bias strip. I cut out the same fabric to stitch round the keyhole and the neckline. So this is how I'll face it on my fabric. I'm going to place my bias at the wrong side of my fabric and sew it down. Okay, so I've already stitched it down. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to fold it over to the right side, just as you see me do, like this, and stitch it down round. And I will also do the same thing to the neckline. I also went ahead and notch the cuff area so that after sewing it will be very relaxed. This is my basque fabric for the waistline, so I went ahead and fold it into to get the midpoint and notch the center so that when I want to stitch it with the half length for the upper part, it won't be difficult for me to know the center or the midpoint. So I also went ahead and fold the half length, the front half length, into two as well. If you check out my that they are all aligning together, I also notch the center. Now I went ahead and placed my basque waist fabric and my half length together. I placed the two notch center together. Now go ahead and pin it down and use half an inch to stitch it down. So I already stitched it down. This is what it looks like. Okay, I also went ahead and stitched the back as well. I also went ahead and fixed my zipper at the back, so I used an invisible zipper to fix the zip. So guys, this is my zip right here, and if you check out my journey at the zip area, they are all aligning together. So the next thing I'll do now is to go ahead and fix my sleeve. Okay, now I've already cut out my sleeve pattern, so my full length I'm using here is 8 inches and 1.5 inches for the elastic band at the hand round curve. Now I'll open up my pattern paper just like this and use my ruler to make a straight line all over the pattern paper, just as you see me do. So I'm going to splash these lines open. I'm not going to splash it to the ending of the armhole curve. Okay, so I'm going to stop at maybe quarter of an inch at the armhole curve. So I've already splashed it out. Now I'm going to spread it on my fabric, so the space between the spread is just 1 inches. Okay, so you can leave the space of 2 inches or 3 inches depending on how full you want it to be, or if you have enough fabric. I really don't have enough fabric, so that's why I leave the 1 inch space. So I'm going to cut it out, and I'm cutting exactly the sleeve. I did add allowance again because I've already had allowance to the pattern paper. Okay, so I removed my pattern paper from the fabric. So if I gather it like this with my elastic band, it will be like this. So if you want your haul to be fuller, just make sure you add enough space for the splashing. Now I've cut out my elastic band using my hand round curve for the elastic. I want to cut out my full length right now. I just have to measure from my shoulder down to my bust waistline. Now I have 25 inches. So the total of my full length is 40 inches. I'm going to minus that 25 inches from the 40 inches. So the remaining, I will use it to cut out my full length, okay, which is the gather full length. Now I went ahead to measure the bust waistline. I have 25 inches, so the 25 inches I'm going to double it. Okay, I'm going to double it so that I will have full gather at the waistline. So this is the fabric for the gather, okay, and it's folded into four. So if you count, it has four, and this side has opening, and this other side has no opening, which is the middle part. Okay, so as I said earlier, my bust waistline was 25 inches. Now I have 29 inches. So if I open it up, I will have two pieces of this fabric, one for the back and one for the front. Now for the gather, the length I need for this gather is 15 inches. Okay, and I added 1.5 inches for the upper journey for the half length and 1 inches for the down for Emmy. So this is the full fabric. Okay, after opening top, this is the full length of this fabric is 58 inches for the width of this fabric. I already fixed my sleeve, and I also went ahead and I fixed my elastic to the hand round curve. So guys, I already gathered my fabric. Okay, I'm going to place the right side facing each other, right side of my gather fabric and right side of my half length. So I'm going to place it and arrange it in the basket line. So I'm going to arrange it in a way all the gather fit in the basket waistline. Okay, so I'm going to arrange it now just like this, as you see me do, till I get to the ending of my basket waistline. Okay, so after arranging it, I will use my pin to pin it down. So I've already pinned it down. Okay, so I'll go over now to my sewing machine and stitch it down with half an inch round the waist, the back waistline. I'll also do the same thing to the back. Okay, so I've already stitched it down. This is what it looks like. Now I'll go over to my sewing machine and use my body measurement to sew down the two sides. So this is what it looks like at the end of the sewing. So guys, see you on my next video. Bye.